Alrighty, what is going on YouTube? It is Icyy Times, and I am back with another commentary video, another story time here. Today, I'm going to be talking about my worst rejection. Now, to be honest, I've been kind of contemplating whether or not I wanted to redo this story, because I actually did this on my first channel. Not even my first channel, like I think it was my second channel. But regardless, I did it on one of my YouTube channels like 6 years ago, talking about it, like literally as it happened, fresh out the memory. And now that I think about it, it was pretty dumb, but it's still, I'm pretty sure I still have it somewhere. I could probably rewatch it if I want to, but regardless of that, we got a story time here. Sit back, relax. You already see the title. It is my worst rejection yet. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the story. So this takes place around like 6 years ago. I don't remember if it was before the end of October, or I think it was like around mid-October, if I'm not wrong. So around this time would be homecoming time, you know, people asking out, all that shit, you know. People usually do that like a few weeks in advance, right? You know, I was oblivious to this. I was a freshman, dude. I don't know what the fuck was going on. And it was my first year in high school. Everything was just like, it was that awkward phase pretty much. So to be honest, before I even get into the day itself, I have to talk about some events prior to today. Well, I'm saying today as if it happened right then and there, but it happened 6 years ago. First things first, I'm kind of just going to gloss over this. It's just a family loss. It's just, you know, that dealing with that in itself is just, it's upsetting. It's sad. And on the way back, I was just thinking like, dude, I'm gonna ask her out. I don't know why this thought came up like out of nowhere. Like it didn't come up weeks before or anything, not that I remember of, but it came up and I was like, well, fuck it, what's gonna happen, you know? I don't think, you know, like, why not? So we stopped at the store and I got some flowers, and the day went as usual. The rest of the day just went as usual, and I rested up for school the next day. I'm saying events as if too many things happened, not too much aside from that loss. Now getting on to the day of, I woke up and the atmosphere just felt really different. Now I'm not gonna say off or bad, because I didn't feel that way. It felt different. It felt like things could go either way. It felt kind of euphoric, just like today is just, you kind of wonder how it's gonna go. I don't know if you guys had those days, but I definitely did. So I got up, got ready for school and all that, and as soon as we got there, I went to my first period class. And before I even say anything, I don't know how your guys' schools work, but when I got to freshman year of high school, we switched it up to like, hey, now you're gonna go do first period before you go to breakfast. And personally, I thought that was kind of dumb. I don't know why we even did that, but hey, you know, schools do school stuff, right? Anyways, I went to first period and things were going well. Some people noticed me with the flowers, you know. I just went to class just as if nothing was going on. And the bell rang, went to breakfast, and I caught up to my homie Skylar. And you guys remember Skylar from that one vlog that he only appeared in, sadly. Shout out to the homie. That's my guy though. That's like my best friend. I saw him and we chopped it up a bit, and he's like, oh, who you gonna ask out, bro? Who is the flowers for? And we talked about it, and he's like, when you gonna do it? And that's where I was kind of like, you see, because Skylar, he knew me. He knew the things, my tendencies, what I did, and he pretty much knew me from front to back. So he kind of had that assumption like, oh, you're gonna do it at lunch, aren't you? And I was like, that's kind of the plan. And, you know, as a freshman, I didn't really see the problem. Looking back on it now, it was kind of fucking stupid. I mean, if you were going to do a poster, yeah, lunch would be fine. But walking around with flowers until lunchtime, I don't know about that. Like, either have somebody hold it or something. I don't know. That was just dumb of me. So he was like, bro, you have to do it now. You already have the flowers. And I'm pretty sure she already saw you or whatever. I don't even know what he was telling me, but he was pretty much just telling me, bro, do it now. And I was just like, I'm good on that. And he's like, nope, I'm not taking no for an answer. We're gonna find her right now, bro. And I just remember we roamed around the high school building for a bit, and then we roamed around the cafeteria. And as soon as we got to the cafeteria, I ran into the homie Darius. And Darius walks up to me, he's like, yo, what up, bro? Oh, who the flowers for? I'm pretty sure I could guess, bro. And he guessed it within a couple of tries. And yeah, props to him. He knew me too, dude. Just a reminder. Well then, I'm gonna take something. I have something that'll really refresh me. If you guys have something, stay refreshed. I remember eventually at some point Lalo and Alan came up. Alright, so now that I'm done dying, I remember Lalo and Alan showing up. And they were just following. I don't remember exactly when they showed up. I'm getting to that point where it's just kind of blurry in some parts of the story. But they showed up and they were following me looking for her. And the second bell, passing bell rang. So we pretty much knew where she was gonna be. Like, I'm not saying I knew, but like everybody, like Skylar looked at me and he was like, I know her class, bro. Do you know? I was like, no. Like, what the fuck? And he pretty much just like took me to her class. And I was at the doorway and I see her. She's BSing with Darius's brother. And I'm just looking straight across like, all right, this is the moment. Everything in your life has built you up for this here moment. It all falls on whether or not she says yes. I honestly, I don't know. I was just kind of standing there. I was just shook. I honestly wanted a way out, actually. But I get this push on my back. I'm pretty sure it was from Skylar. And the next thought was, okay, well, if I'm not going to do it now, then I'll probably never do it. So I went up to her and I just did the worst thing ever. I put the flowers on her on the table. And I kind of just mumbled, looked away to the side. I was like, will you go to homecoming with me? Like, I honestly don't even remember the exact tone that I said it in. But I said it so bad that it pretty much Lalo bursted out laughing after I said it. Darius's brother was laughing. And I'm pretty sure even she was laughing. And Lalo comes up and makes a joke. And he's like, it's like he just put the flowers on the desk and was like, say yes. And I wasn't really mad. I was just kind of looking at this all like, what the fuck is going on now? Why? Oh, like everything kind of just changed. The atmosphere just went from that different vibe that I was telling you to just shatter. I don't know. It was just, the clouds started to show. The clouds really started to fucking show itself today. And I got told no. I'm pretty sure I got rejected. I don't even know. It was so bad because I'm pretty sure they thought it was a joke. I'm pretty sure they thought I got forced to or something because the way I did it, obvious fuckingly. So that happened and I pretty much was like, well, I did it. Now it's time to go to class, I guess. Like at that point, I knew nothing was gonna happen. I didn't want to go back and try anything else. I just kind of, at that point, you can't really do anything. You just go to class, dude. So that's what I did. I was like, all right, well, I'm out. So I walk up to class kind of like slowly. I kind of remember this moment now. What the fuck, dude? I remember just slowly walking up the stairs, just like, what the fuck just happened? And then I slowly walk into the classroom And everybody's looking at me like, what happened, bro? What'd you say? Because I think Darius had the same class as me, if I'm not mistaken. But somebody looked at me and, you know, they were curious as to what happened. And somebody asked me, and I was like, well, I asked so-and-so to homecoming. What'd you say? It didn't go too well. Or they asked how it went, I think. And I said bad or whatever. I told them how it went. And they were like, you should have went to me for advice. And no disrespect to these people. All right. No offense. I don't have nothing against these people. But what were you going to tell me if I came to you for advice? We never talked probably since kindergarten. These people, mind you, because they're not in my circle. I'm really a quiet guy. Like, you don't know me unless you're a part of my circle type person. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are like that and say that. And sadly, I just wasn't really the outgoing, talkative person. It was really hard for me to make friends, and that's just me being honest. So they looked at me and they're like, you should have came to me for advice. And I was just thinking like, yeah, alright, sure. Next year, I will ask you for advice. I will remember this here moment and be like, oh yeah, this person wanted me to come to them for advice. I'll do that right now. But no, all jokes aside, they did say all that. And, you know, some people comforted me. I don't know. I don't even remember that moment specifically anymore. I just remember the moment after class started and everybody was like, all right, let's focus now. And once the teacher got into teaching, everything just started to drift focus. And I kind of just remember looking down at my hands and they were just like shaking. Like, it was out of my control, dude. Like, I was just kind of like, what the fuck? I looked at it and I was just thinking to myself, well, damn, did it really hurt that bad? I mean, to me, I feel fine, but my hands are clearly showing that they're not fine. But throughout that whole class, I was literally just thinking about that whole moment, how I could have done it or how I could have prepped for that moment. Regardless of everything, it just, you know, it just went through. The thoughts came and went, class ended, and I was on to my next one. We ended up going down to her class. I don't remember why we did it anyway. I think Skylar talked me into it. I honestly can't tell you for the life of me, dude. But we went back to the class. She was already gone, luckily. I mean, good. Like, what would happen? I don't know what would have happened if she was still there. But we went back down and the flowers were still there. And Skylar just kind of like, damn, bro, she left the flowers. She didn't have to do all that to you, bro. And he's kind of just like, yeah, she's fucked up for doing that. And I'm over here thinking like, yeah, I'm kind of just trying to get over this moment. I don't really know why we're still talking about this. Let's move on. Let's go to the next class, you know. Let's just let this moment go by. So pretty much throughout the rest of the day, I mean, it was a big deal to me. Everybody else, they didn't care anymore. Obviously they didn't care. We're freshmen. We're high school students. We got the attention span of a 9-year-old. You know, we care about the drama, I guess. I mean, to be honest, for the rest of the day, I was just trying to listen to music, trying to forget about the moment. Like, my thoughts were too heavy on it. It was fresh out the mind. It was my first real attempt at asking somebody out, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I have a few other stories that I could talk about. I mean, there's definitely one that I could tell on this channel that I don't know though. I got a few stories that are kind of iffy, but I would tell on this channel. But this was like one of those that I was really trying to get something out of. You know, I wanted a relationship. But obviously you learn from experiences like this. You know, obviously I was not really going to get anything. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. We barely talked. She wasn't really my friend. And I'm pretty sure prior to that moment, we had one interaction, I think. So yeah, I don't know if anything would have really been brought out of that if she even said yes, because we didn't talk and it was what it was. Oh yeah, and by the way, she did show up to homecoming anyways. I just wanted to throw that out. I did feel some type of way at the time. Looking back on this story now, it's kind of funny. It's like, dude, like really thinking about it, like why the fuck did I do that? It was a dumbass mistake. But you learn from this shit, man. Like I really could give less of a fuck about this moment if I had to look back on it and really reflect on it, which is why I'm telling it on this channel now. I mean, maybe a couple years ago I still would have felt some type of way, but right now I'm just like, it happened. You know, people probably barely even remember it, if that. So, you know, I figured I'd just put my pain out on the internet, make some of you guys laugh, because hey, it made me laugh looking back on it. So figured I'd share it with the rest of the world. And that's about it for the story. Anyways, I don't really have too much else to say about this. I don't really know what she's doing. As always, I wish everybody who I cross paths with well. So yeah, I hope she's doing well. I hope she's not on the streets doing crack or whatever. I don't fucking know. But yeah, man, that's the story. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like. This is my second story time. I actually want to do a lot more of these, so hopefully I could bring out a few more stories out of this little head of mine. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. It's Icyy 2 times, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.